High school football in St. Johns County, we're starting week 2, and that means we're going to recap some week 1 games, some pretty exciting ones in the county last week. We're starting off with St. Augustine, number 4 ranked team in the state. They beat North Marion 14-6. Some great defense by the Yellow Jacks in that game as they give Coach Joey Wiles his 15th consecutive season opening victory. Nice started off in a hole against Fletcher. They were down 20-7 at one point, and they come roaring back. 38-28 win for Nice. And they lost that same game a year ago, so good start for Nice. Bartram Trail, huge win over Palatka, 56-20. Quarterback Nathan Peterman, 5 touchdown passes. He was on fire in that game. So 56-20, a huge win for Bartram. They needed a last-second victory to beat, a last-second touchdown to beat Palatka a year ago in the season opener. So quite a contrast in year 1 and year 2 for the Nathan Peterman era. Ponte Vedra 62, Paxton 14. No shortage of offense for that one for the Sharks, so they're off to a good start. Quarterback Perry Orth and running back Cole Mazza really led the show in that one. No one could stop those guys. Menendez, a big victory on the road against Bishop Kenny. Linebacker Tony Stewart. Also kick returner Tony Stewart had a 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Also set up a touchdown late in the game. The Falcons win with 15 seconds to go in that one, 23-20. And another good start for the Falcons considering they were shut out in the season opener against Bishop Kenny the year before. So Menendez off on the right foot this season. Bishop Snyder 34, St. Joseph 7. A rough start for the Flashes under new coach Frank Andrea. And last but not least, Creekside fails to get on the scoreboard in a 30-0 loss to Middleburg. And we're jumping on to this week's games. A big one over at Bartram Trail. St. Augustine visits Bartram Trail, and some history on St. Augustine's side. They've never lost against Bartram. They're 10-0 in 10 meetings, including a couple last year. The last in the playoffs, first round of the playoffs. So the Yellow Jackets have history on their side. Bartram a little momentum on their side after last week's performance over Palatka, where their offense really shines. St. Augustine's offense struggled has really struggled this entire season. The preseason they struggled against Trinity Christian, failed to get on the scoreboard, and again struggled mightily last week, especially through the air. So we're going to see who wins that one, the offense of Bartram Trail or the defense of St. Augustine. Next one, we're going Menendez at Nice. Those two teams off big week 1 wins, so that should be a good one. The Panthers won that one last year, a shootout at Menendez. So can Tony Stewart slow down Nice's offense? Can Nice's high-powered defense slow down Menendez? We're going to see how that one goes. A short schedule this week. We've only got 4 games in town. Episcopal visiting Ponte Vedra. Episcopal really a good throwing team. They had Trinity Christian on the ropes last week, and Episcopal actually, their backup quarterback was Perry Orth, who now plays for Ponte Vedra, and he lit it up last week against Paxton. So that should be a good high-powered offensive game in Ponte Vedra. Last but not least, Creekside is hosting Mandarin. Creekside got on the victory column last year with a victory at Mandarin. So Mandarin visits Creekside in week 2, and that's all we got for you. And we'll come up next week. We'll talk about how the season's progressed so far, recap week 2 games, and look forward to week 3.